Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Nicholson, founder and CEO of Muse, here for JobShare Java Live. This is our weekly live training. Ooh, let me put that down. This is our weekly live training every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern, noon Central, and 1 p.m. Pacific time. I'm so excited to see you, and teach you a little bit about job sharing. So our training today is 3 job share partner myths debunked and 1 partner prereq. So the reason it's important to know these things is there are several people who it's very important understand who's a great partner and what makes for a great partner when somebody wants to job share. The first person is your boss, your company, but you need to know. You need to know. So I want to tell you a little bit about who I am first. So I'm the founder and CEO of Muse, the first U.S. job share company. We are based around, our entire company model is based around training, implementation, and support for people, individuals who want to job share, to empower them to create their own job shares, and for companies who want to implement job share programs as a competitive advantage to retain and recruit diverse talent. There's never been a moment more ready for job sharing ever than the current moment we are living in, and it is the future of work. You may not have heard about job sharing before. It's a rare practice where two individuals go into partnership to share the responsibilities of one full-time position between them. It's a really incredible work practice, and it's been around since the 70s, but has remained rare in the US and really globally. There's been an uptake in the last several years, and maybe even more than several years, 5-6 years, as the technology, our systems, and the way we work has really demanded that people work in a different way, that people find a different kind of flexibility that works for their everyday lives and supports their complete personhood, as well as allows them to bring their best productivity to work. And so I job shared myself in the fast-paced 24/7 high turnover radio industry for nearly a decade, a little over 9 years, starting when my daughter was 6 months old, and it was a game changer for our entire family. And so that's a little bit about me, and I'd like to dive into this training with you. We are on LinkedIn now. So you can find us under Muse. Our business page is LinkedIn Live every single week. You can find us on our YouTube channel. You can find us on our Facebook page and also in our Facebook group live each week. Job Share, Live Life plus Slay Work. We'd love to have you there because it's a really interactive, great community of people who value flexibility and their work-life balance. So there's a lot going on in the group. There's a lot of free connected lessons called guides in the group, as well as a great way to find that job share partner within the group itself. So people are learning about job sharing and they are hooking up, finding partners, and creating those job share dreams. So anyway, we're going to start out with 3 job share partner myths debunked and 1 partner prereq. I'm also going to share with you 2 strategies that are going to up your chances exponentially of finding a job share partner in this moment and anytime really, but in this moment. So first I want to ask you, before we get going, how amazing would it feel if you could hand over your work baton 100% to completely unplug and disengage from work 4 days a week? Most job share partners, job sharing is very flexible, but many job share partners work in what I call a traditional or a split job share. It's a pure job share or a hybrid job share where they work 3 days a week, either the first 3 days of the week or the last 3 days of the week, with 1 day of handover. One shared day, which is when they hand over. So in those 3 days, they work in a very hyper-focused, productive, efficient work way, and then they hand over that baton and their partner takes it 100%. So in this moment, how would it feel if you had 4 days of uninterrupted time with the people that you love most, doing the things that you love most, being able to enjoy the activities, the things that really feed your soul when you're not at work? How amazing would that feel in this moment, especially when we have everything handed to us at once? And we might be kind of on the other side of the pandemic or feeling like we're on the other side of COVID right now. But the truth is that we really, especially for people who are working parents with kids under 12, we're sitting right here on summer and once again, in a conundrum. What do we do with our children? How are we able to work and actually, this hair is bugging me. How are we able to work and actually parent at the same time? Or how can we manage these things with them all on our plate? So many people are really burnt out right now, especially working parents, but many people are just feeling burnt out by all of the things on their plate, as well as just everything we've been through in the past year, the collective trauma that we've all been through. So how would it feel? Let me know in the comments how it would feel. I just want to hear that from you. Handing over that work baton half of the week to have uninterrupted time with the people that you love the very most and enjoying the things you love doing the most. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's dive into our myths. And as I said, it's really important to understand these myths and make sure that they're not holding you back personally. So the very first thing that people say to me when they want to learn about job sharing, that come to our workshops or work with us one-on-one with coaching or have taken our programs, the very first thing we hear from people who are interested in job sharing is, Melissa, how do I find my partner? I don't know a partner. I don't have anyone I can job share with at work. I really don't know. I can't do it because I don't have someone. There's not another parent there. There's not somebody else who has small kids. I'm the only one with a baby. How do I find my partner? I don't know what to, I don't have a partner. So to this, I would say, you may, if you've been following Work Muse a while, you may have known that I, job shared in the high turnover radio industry for nearly a decade. But you may not realize that in that decade, I had 4 job share partners. 4 job share partners. So I learned from each and every job share partner, and part of the reason I designed Work Muse around training, implementation, and support was because I wish that I'd had somebody to train me to make sure that the people that I job shared with were a fit for job sharing. And thankfully I was a fit for job sharing, but to make sure they were a fit and that it was the right partnership going in. I had to learn from my own pains. First partnership, not great. Second partnership, better. Third and fourth, golden. And after working with hundreds of people interested in job sharing, future job sharers and job sharers, and working with companies, I can tell you that I know a thing or two about finding a job share partner and making sure that you are great together. It's a lot like finding a slug-a-bug. Once you find one, once you spot a VW, a Volkswagen, then you spot them all over the place. It's like if you're looking for a good Subi or you're looking for whatever it is, you're looking for a great crossover or a Tesla, then you start seeing them everywhere. So it's a lot like that. So I'm going to share some slides. So let's see if this works. I want to first do this one. Okay. And let's see, there we go. Okay, so the first thing that your partner needs to be is the first myth that we need to debunk is your partner needs to be someone who works with you. So I can absolutely 100% tell you without a shadow of a doubt, research even shows that your partner doesn't need to work with you at all. Your partner doesn't need to be someone who works at your company or your organization for you to be a successful job share partner with. And in fact, I believe it's almost a quarter of people who job share currently, people who job share, found their partner did not work with them in their company, and 3/4 found their job share partner from within the company. But you absolutely do not need to have worked with your job share partner. In fact, in my life, when I was getting ready to start with my 4th job share partner, Stacy, I did a really broad search looking for the best talent for the job to bring someone in. I did end up working with someone who was with me. And in fact, I also looked to work outside of my organization at a different organization. So you need to really broaden your mind and know that your partner does not need to be someone who works with you. In the same way, they don't necessarily have to be in your same role. So that's something to consider too, is that you really just need to broaden your search and think outside of your current work environment. Whether you work in a small business, medium-sized business, or a giant company, your partner does not need to be someone who works with you for you to be successful. So, myth number 2, you need to know your partner beforehand to be successful. Also a myth. You don't need to know your partner at all. You don't need to know your partner. They don't need to be your BFF. They don't need to be someone you've known for. They could be somebody who's kind of an acquaintance. They can be someone that you meet through a friend, that you meet through a colleague. They do not need to be someone that you meet for you to be a successful job share team working together. So that's really important to know. Not only do they not need to work at your company, but you don't need to know them at all. You don't need to know them at all. And the third myth is that job shares must be an exact match to be successful. A lot of people are under this misconception. And I can understand why it happens. You think like, I'm this way. I need somebody who's like me to work with. But I really want you to think about what makes for great business partnerships, what makes for great marriages, even like life partnerships, and what you really want to find. You do not need to be of the same background. You don't have to have the same religious, ethnic background. You don't have to be of the same gender. If you're a working mom, they don't need to be a working mom. They don't need to be a parent at all. In fact, it does not matter the reason that the person wants to job share. It only matters that they are a good fit for job sharing and a good fit for you. And we're going to talk about what the basics of that are. But you don't need to be the same background, the same gender. You don't need to have a similar personality. You might be a type A person and they might be a type B person. You might be more of an extrovert and they might be more of an introvert. That's fine. Those partnerships can be extremely successful. So let's talk about the very basics of what you do need to be. Your prereq, your one prereq, your job share partner must be compatible with complementary skills. So you need to have compatibility with your job share partner. It's a lot like chemistry. It's a lot like chemistry. Can you see yourself working with this person? Can you see yourself working with this person long term? Can you see yourself working with the person? And they need to have complementary skills. So especially now, especially when we're going through recessions and those kind of periods of time, so many people, especially when companies have downsized jobs but retained employees, a lot of times employees are asked to do more than they did before in their job. So take on more responsibility, different tasks. And we do so much in our work lives now that not everybody needs to have. And it's very difficult to be really great in every single area of responsibility for a very multifaceted position, especially the higher up the ranks you get. And job sharing can work in nearly any kind of job, and it goes all the way up to CEO level. There's even lawmakers who job share. So the truth is, so that you need to have complementary skills. So you are looking for a person where you're a little weaker, you're not as strong in that skill set, have them fill in the gap, and vice versa. And you're going to actually find yourself really channeling the other person and learning from the other person. You're going to professionally develop one another, and you're going to become stronger in those skill sets which you are not as strong in, even if the other person is the lead on them and really takes the helm with the things that they love doing, that they're really strong at. Maybe they're great at organization and you're a big picture person, and those are both components of your job. Whatever it is, maybe they are like the spreadsheet person, or you're the person who doesn't mind making cold calls and cold calling customers or clients. Or maybe they're terrified of presenting, and you're great at presenting. You have no problem with that. But when it comes to piecing the whole thing together, that's not really your strong suit. So this is a great way where teams can really enrich one another and become kind of like a super team, which is amazing. It's awesome. So those are the 3 myths and the 1 prereq. So just to go over them again one more time, just to make sure you got it. Your job share partner, the first myth is that they have to be someone you work with. They don't. The second myth is that you need to know your job share partner beforehand to be successful. You don't. And the third myth is that job sharers must be an exact match with the same personality or similar personalities, similar backgrounds, same, if they've got kids, you have to have kids, same gender. You don't. Diverse teams make for better outcomes. Just as in business, diverse teams in a business aspect make for better outcomes because you have diversity of thought and diversity of background coming in for problem solving. It's the similar type of thing with job share teams. So I honestly encourage people to find partners of diverse backgrounds. Now, what is important is that you have shared values, philosophy behind your work, and your commitment to making your job share work. Those things are important. So there are essentially two strategies that can really up-level your job share partner search. And they're really easy. But in this time we're in, it's just really important to make sure that you're doing them and that you're able to do them well. So we have our signature program, Job Share Academy, coming out so soon. And in fact, well, I don't have it here, I don't think. But anyway, you can go to workmuse.com/waitlist if you'd like to sign up to get first in deets and pricing on Job Share Academy. And we have a step-by-step framework that takes you through exactly how to find your partner and to have a few partners waiting in the wings. But one of the things that's very simple that you can implement, 2 strategies, are that you need to network. You need to let it be known that you want a job share. First of all, most people don't know what job sharing is and they've never even heard about it. When you explain it and you're kind of looking around and thinking about people who might make a great job share partner for you, that you can see yourself working with, that have complementary skills that could really improve the job that you're able to do in your role, and who are also like really compatible with you, that you have that chemistry with them. You've got a feeling like, yes, this person I could. And remember, they don't have to be like you, but you need to tell them what job sharing is. Explain it. Just explain. It's really simple. For a lot of people, it's hard to wrap their heads around, but it's actually very simple in practice. It's simply two people sharing a job and one full-time job. So they're both working part-time. They're each other's partners, and that's what it is. The second thing that you need to do, besides letting it be known, putting it out there, networking. And yes, you can network in this time. You can do it safely. We take you through even that in Job Share Academy, all of the tweaks and things that you might want to implement in the face of the pandemic we're living through. You want to broaden your scope of who you believe would be a good job share partner with you. That's hard for all of us in our everyday lives a lot of times, to broaden our scope of who we think we could job share with. And the reason is because we really get stuck in our, like, here's our little shell of like our community, who we live around, who we work around, all of those kind of things. This is the time that you need to get out of your comfort zone and really don't just look at people who are just like you. Don't take someone off the list because they happen to be of a different gender, that they're not a mother or they're not a woman. In fact, some of the best job share teams I know are men and women. And there's men and men who job share, of course, too. Don't take someone off the list because it's a little out of your comfort zone because they are different from you. Don't do that. We're all working to have more inclusive workspaces. And the truth is, the things that bond you and bind you, the values that you share, and the philosophy behind the work that you do, and your goals and all of those things are what make for great job share teams. Your goals don't even have to completely align long term. You just need to know your motivations when going in. Okay, so excited to do this with you guys and get you on your way. Let's take these guys off. There we go. So I want to ask you one question now that we have been through, and I try to keep these trainings fairly short. So I do a 10-minute intro just to give people time to show up, time to remember, time to drop in. And then I'm trying to keep them 20 to 30 minutes long so that you get something of value during your lunch break. You learn something about job sharing, you're pulled along the way, and you start to really understand and let it sink in what this is and how it can impact you directly. And what an amazing way to work this is. And how amazing it would be for your teams at work. How amazing it would be to really give people the flexibility at work when they need it the very most, especially during life transitions, especially when they're going through something like the pandemic and maybe they've got many more things going on in their households as primary caregivers. And while employers are able to get 24/7 continuity that they need at the highest level to really keep the engine moving ahead, to prevent all of that burnout that everybody, no matter if they're the most motivated employee, that so many people are experiencing right now after, a year and some months into this pandemic. So I want to ask you, can you imagine how it would feel to put it out there into the world right now that you want a job share? And start seeing your job share partners everywhere. How would it feel to put it out there into the world? You want a job share. You want to find a partner so that you can hand over your work hat half the week to do the things that you really want to do with the people that you want to do them with, to have uninterrupted time to really engage with the humans in your household, and to have a time to rest, recharge, and return to work fully engaged, excited to be there, brimming with ideas, ready to hit that to-do list where that your job share partner has checked so many things off of. How amazing would that feel? How good would it feel just to put it out there right now? Right now, as we're entering summer, where it's a transition for everyone that is different than a normal year, if we're very honest. Second summer into the pandemic, we're not traumatized in this, and we're not in shock and trauma in the same way we were before. We're reassessing everything. We're thinking about what we want to do. Many of us are even making big moves in the summer, even if it's taking the summer off to engage with our families, because we don't have reliable childcare right now. And the reason is because everybody isn't vaccinated and things aren't fully back to normal. So how would that feel to put it out there and start looking for those partners right now in this moment? Can you imagine that? And then I want to wrap us up. I'll meet you back here next Tuesday, or every Tuesday really, for the time being, for the next month or two, as we do Job Share Java Lives on Facebook, in our Facebook group, Job Share Live Life Plus Slave Work. Look us up. It's an amazing community. And LinkedIn and on YouTube. So meet me back here a week from today at 10 Pacific time, noon Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern time for a good, awesome 20 to 30 minute, short, to the point, gets you what you need to really leave here feeling excited, informed, that you've really learned something of value that you can then implement in your life. This is to get you prepped so that you're ready to job share. And if you want to, I do want to give you a couple of things. If you're just now finding out about job sharing, but you want to learn a little bit more about job sharing, go ahead and download our cheat sheet. It's 3 keys to job share success and three ways to get the job share green light. 3 steps. So 3 keys to job share success and 3 steps to get the job share green light. You'll really leave, that cheat sheet is great because it's your foundation. So if you are listening to this and you're like, job sharing sounds amazing. I think I do know one person who job shared, or I remember somebody who did. Or maybe you even have someone who job shares at your organization and you're like, you know what? They're only going to do one job share team. That's just how it's going to work. Not so, my friends. Not so. And if you are thinking about job sharing for your organization, for your company, job sharing as a strategy, especially right now in this moment, where you need 24/7 continuity, and you need your teams to be engaged. You need your the employees to be engaged, excited, ready to be there, putting out their very best work, and not hitting this like really peak time of burnout right now that so many people are experiencing. Then grab this cheat sheet too. It'll give you a starting place. And contact me, contact WorkMuse, hello@workmuse.com. Let us know if you're interested. We'll set you up. And if you are interested in Job Share Academy, if you are interested in our signature program, which is a 9-week program, fully supported with hands-on support, a private Facebook group, and 6 lessons, 6 modules to take you step by step by step by step through the process of creating your job share the right way, with the salary and benefits that value your expertise and your arrangement. Then go ahead and check out, hop on our waitlist, workmuse.com/waitlist or /waitlist, whatever that is. And you'll get first in deets and pricing as well in your special invitation to join our program. It's coming out soon. I can't wait to get it in your hands. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. So, did not mean to do that. There we go. So until we meet again, see you next week and have a lovely week. Hang in there. Keep your head up. We can do hard things. I love Glennon Doyle, and I love that she says we can do hard things. And I know one thing. You can do hard things together. And working with a job share partner and having job share teams in this moment is an amazing work practice for your business, but is also an amazing way to work, a fully supported way to work with someone who's got your back, so that you can take the time you need to focus on the things that you need in your life and the things that bring you joy, and find the joy that you once had at work and in your life. Okay, until next week, have a great week.